how cool would it be if somehow I managed to go to that 350Z chassis that our friends are selling, try to buy it off them, and then bring it here as a thank you gift, and I could give them their next chassis for their 2JZ 350Z swap. You think we should tell them? Ev, I never thanked you for that LSD swap that you got me.
You're welcome.
This car is not for me.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
I know it's a bit rough. You guys bought me the diff, and you didn't need to do that.
Dude.
So this is the next start, because you guys secured the trans from me and the Collinsing for me. I know that thing's a little bit rough, maybe a little bit rougher than you wanted, but that thing's ready to go into paint. And I know you guys are probably gonna do similar to the 240 style.
You in on this?
Sorry, Evan, I knew.
Bro,
I knew, man.
Dude, it's perfect for a swap.
I was kind of worried that at one point you were gonna be like, fuck, why didn't you tell me to get this car? And I thought you were gonna be kind of mad because I like kind of knew that you wanted the car. And I was like, fuck, is he gonna get kind of salty that like I'm buying this when it's better set up to go into a street conversion car?
We were also worried you'd look at it and be like, dude, this is shit.
Well, yeah, I was also like, fuck, he's gonna be like, dude, this is bad, don't buy it.
First glance, like, yeah, it's kind of rough, but like all of the parts that most people like modify, let's say aftermarket hood, new front bumper, new rear bumper, headlights, taillights, which we'd probably do anyway. It's missing, which is perfect. It's like the perfect chassis.
Because on my Z, I literally, everything that's missing, I had the aftermarket on.
I was just looking at your Z this morning, I was like, man, I remember when we did the swap, like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah,
probably?
yeah.
And it was not nearly as hard as I had thought it was. You know, like everyone makes, you know, mount kits and all that stuff. I was like, man, there's a lot of room in here for activities.
I saw the hood pins popped in my Z this morning, and I was like, I definitely did not leave it like that. It'll be sick. I'm really excited to see that thing get transformed.
Now the 240's done.
Literally, as we just got back from picking up the car, the LSD that we ordered is, or should I say, Evan ordered, is already here.
We ordered that yesterday.
That's insane.
It's a good
Shout out to Throttle for that shipping, that quick shipping. It should be, you're just gonna spill peanuts everywhere.
Just a couple.
OS. Guys, there you go. I wanna see it.
Never actually ordered one.
This should be a beefy. So what, is it like billet or something? Like what technically makes this better than a stock LSD?
I don't know, you're about to find out.
You don't even know? I don't know, I've never done this before.
I've never really had to mess with this. It's a beast. This is one thing I've never had to do either.
So I'll do this probably next couple days to get this thing back on the road, but sweet, that came way quicker than I had expected. Here is quite the sight to see because you can't open the doors because you'll hit the side rails here. You have to go through the windshield. You actually got through easier than I thought you would. All right, Rick's gonna sit in the car and hold the brake when I take off this front strap. I'm gonna get this thing off and get a closer look at it, wash it up, and see its condition.
Put her in neutral. In neutral.
Whoa, Rick, roll the brake, bro! Yeah! Before we go ahead and wash this car and make it look a little bit better, I'm really curious of the story of this car. So I'm gonna go ahead and call Kyle and see why did he get rid of this, why did he have it, and see if there's any hidden stories that we probably don't wanna hear. Let's see what he says.
Brother.
Hello. I wanna show you something and I wanna see your reaction.
Is it your wiener?
It's not my wiener. Does this look familiar to you?
Wait. Why is it there?
Do you know what this is? He looks so confused.
What's in there?
We bought it.
Really?
I bought it for Evan because they're gonna do a 2JZ swap on it.
Okay.
Whose car was this when you had it? It was.
That was gonna be my next build, but then I got the FT. So
Is there any like hidden surprises with this car that we probably don't want to know about?
The steering wheel, that purple one?
He took it.
Okay, because I was supposed to get that back.
You're getting it back, yeah.
That and the wheels. But no, that's a good ass car. It's super straight.
Before we wash this down, it's always a good idea to spray down the bay with like a degreaser. As you can see, we have tons of crap and stuff. So we always use the Meguiar's. This is like a little bit more industrial, but this is their all citrus power like detailer degreaser. We're gonna go ahead and use that to hose down the inside, then we're gonna hose all that off. And then we're gonna use the ultimate wash and wax and get this thing all nice and pretty. I always tell the boys at Meguiar's that the best thing that they can send us is microfiber towels because we go through them like crazy. So they literally sent out like 6 boxes worth of like, oh crap, of 12 packs. These things are my absolute favorite thing from Meguiar's, other than our car bombs, which we're not gonna be able to use because the car isn't completely sealed, but I look forward to the day I get to use that. Life hack, if you're not using a grit guard on your buckets when you're washing your car, You should. They're pretty cheap to pick up, and it helps separate all the dirt from your sponge when you go in to responge it, and then using your wash bucket. Always a good thing. It's literally just a crate that sits at the bottom of your bucket and creates like a little catch can. So when you go back in and you dip this in, you lift it out, all the sediment rises to the bottom and you can't get it back on your sponge. Cleaned up pretty good. Like all that residue on the back, all that rust all kind of came off. And the engine bay looks really, really good. Other than like, you know, the mismatching paint colors, which try not to focus on that because when this thing is resprayed, which will be going in probably next week, it will all look better. But you got a good steering rack, you got your lines are intact, subframe looks good, nothing's bent, everything's straight. Not a bad pickup. 600 bones for this is pretty good, dude. These fenders, I don't know if will be savable. Ev, do you think you're gonna keep the stock or keep these carbon fiber fenders?
I think that someone could save them. I'm not sure.
It's gonna be you guys. I mean,
it's hard to tell because like there's no front end, or it's kind of like.
Yeah, I think Chris said they're supposed to be the stock width. They're not any wider or anything, so it should be good. I mean, this is pretty neat. It's pretty cool.
More aggressive body panels, like aggressive front bumper, aggressive hood, and maybe different side skirts. Like they could look pretty cool. I like if we left this carbon too.
Yeah, I just don't know if this. I mean, this is probably savable, but is it worth? Was it worth the the money for it? Because I think if you do it, this would all be sprayed a color, and you would just leave that carbon. So, kind of a cool little addition. And if you wanted to, you could find stock replacement fenders for pretty cheap. That'd be a comment section debate, and whatever one gets more love, you could do that. But pretty solid pickup, man.
I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun project.
I'll be excited to see you guys replicate what I did with that on this, but street.
What's cool too is like we have like an example that's already like done and running. So you're like, oh, yo, where does this plug go? And you're like, oh, it goes right here because you have it right there.
And that's what I was saying when I saw you pop the hood. I was like, damn, you could literally
replicate.
Look at exactly what we did, modify it. I've already been down the line. This is something that I've always wanted to do, but because I already did it on the channel, I didn't want to do it twice on a street car. But good luck. It's gonna be sick. All in all, I'm super happy with how this all turned out. I was a little bit nervous that 350Z was gonna be in a little bit worse condition than they really wanted to start at, but I thought it was a good offer, and I know they can handle the job. I know they can handle starting from that point of a car's life. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. I'm excited to see what they transfer over from my race car into a street car. And now to end the day off, you all already know we better cook up something good, because I'm on a cook and roll, baby! Woo! So I'm sure Ken and Alicia are gonna come over, and probably Calvin come over, and we can whip up something and just hang out and chill. Because after Puerto Rico, my body is so tired. I'm looking forward to sitting on the couch and playing some Apex Legends, of course. Tonight's cooking session, I'm teaching Calvin how to make fried rice.
I don't like how that's the narrative you portray.
What do you mean?
You're teaching me things.
Well,
no.
Yeah.
No.
What's happening?
Because you literally were like, we have to fill out the...
I'm sorry,
I'm
what?
tired of nope.
What? So right now I
You're
have
not teaching me things. You're not teaching me
anything.
You're not teaching me nothing.
Nothing.
I'm smarter than you.
I'm smarter than you.
I'm smarter than you.
I'm smarter than you.
I'm smarter than you. I'm just cutting.
As being the team captain here, I have Calvin dicing up some onions, and we're gonna be making some fried rice. What?
Say it right now. Say it right now.
Right now, not teach me.
Because if you don't,
I'm not going to play Apex with you. Kevin, you're gonna put in approximately 4 tablespoons of butter.
Okay,
but I like butter, so I think we're gonna add a little bit more than that.
which cube is that?
So Kevin, this is 4 tablespoons of butter, also known as, ow, that's fucking hot. Ow.
You take it back. You say that you're not teaching me things, or else I'm gonna call in Hammer. I'm gonna call in Hammer and replace you.
Also known as a 1/4 cup of butter. I like to butter things up a little bit, so I think we're gonna use a little bit more than that, Kev. So right now we're making our garlic butter paste add into our fried rice. We have 4 cups of white rice. We have 3 scrambled eggs with a tablespoon of sesame oil. I got our chicken cut up, ready to go. And once this rice is finished cooking, in 4 minutes, we're gonna add it to our big pan, and we're gonna mix our fried rice.
You don't teach me how to make fried rice because I've made it before. We're just following a recipe that you Googled which was probably the first fucking link.
It was the third link, and it had more ratings than the first link.
So your teaching is, I'm gonna read you what this says and we're gonna follow it, but if we have a discrepancy, we freak the fuck out. Yeah, you're teaching. You take it back.
All right, take it back.
Unreal. This is my second plate. Jumbo. Thoughts? It's
It
good.
hurt? That's bad.
That's it?
Not right
It's
now.
good.
I'm saying getting it.
Oh, getting it.
You know, white boy making fried rice? That's pretty good. First, I've ever seen TJ fully wash a dish.
Our dishwasher's full, so I'm left with no other option, Kev.
Can I see your shirt right now, son? Oh my god. Do you know what you're doing?
That's what I eat ass.
I don't want my ass eaten, if you know what I mean. I gotta keep this spick and span.
Stop doing something.
For example, Sabrina's
So,
eat it.
Alicia got annoyed at how slow TJ was doing it, so she took over.
That's how you do.
You tried.
I did a lot. No, because that's the quick one too if you're throwing in the dishwasher, which we ain't. You gotta clean it
I am cleaning it properly. TJ was cleaning it with his hands, okay?
Wow.
Hands are fine. That's the
I
technique.
will clean it with